You're tuned into All Too Real 2. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by all2real2.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All Too Real 2. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame, this fucking movie, and Karta.
That's a good middle name, man. It's a good middle name.
Thanks.
Did you have to change it for this week?
I didn't have to, but I wanted to.
Did you legally change it?
No.
Okay.
I never do.
So all these years where I thought you were paying that and I've been giving you money to change your name each week, You were lying to me.
Well, I go to the place.
Yeah.
I try to do it. I give some guy money and then he just leaves. I think he's gonna do it, but it turns out he's not doing it either. So you give me the money, I'm giving the money to some other guy, he takes off.
Okay.
I don't know where that money's being spent now. So, maybe it's going to like terrorism. Who knows,
So maybe this is a good time to ask people to join our Patreon.
Sure.
Yeah, but be aware that I will not give the money to Sesame anymore.
That's fine.
We will keep it in a separate fund, so it's not going to fund terrorism.
I can't be I don't fund terrorism. I'm saying like...
No, I'm saying that you're giving it to some random...
I'm giving it to someone who might do it.
Might be doing it.
I don't know.
Because
he hasn't told me that he's funding terrorism with it. So.
Did he have a T-shirt on that says I fund terrorism?
No, but it did say I fund terrorism, like it's fun or whatever. So I thought
okay.
That was like a joke. Like how some people wear a T-shirt or a tank top that says like nobody knows I'm a lesbian. It's like that's kind of quirky and whatever. I thought it was like a joke, like I fund terrorism, like it's fun, like a quirky. It's like a joke, type of thing.
It's like one of those ironic T-shirts.
I would think so, but then like he was carrying like a large suitcase out of the building, so I don't know. It's just like we'll see.
I have a feeling you're funding terrorists,
funneling money somehow. Yeah. While not changing my name or thinking I'm changing my name.
That makes me think of something we should do. We should open up a funnel cake.
Yeah, there we go.
And we can funnel money that way.
Well.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
We'll just funnel it to ourselves by selling funnel cakes.
I mean, that's the best way right there. Now you just got the money straight up in your pocket.
Yeah. I haven't had a funnel cake in years, and that sounds delicious.
Right? I haven't had one in a while. Yeah, it's interesting.
Just eat them all the time.
I'm trying to avoid talking about this piece of shit movie.
Yeah, me too. So anyways, folks, today we're covering a movie. It's a thing we've decided to do. From now on, we're going to review movies. And maybe do interviews from time to time.
We don't do that now. We've only just started doing that. So we haven't been doing that for 8 years, anything like that. So.
Today, the movie that we're covering is the 1997 cinematic masterpiece called 8 Days a Week.
No, it's not a reference to the Beatles. And maybe it is, but it's got nothing to do with the Beatles.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't think the Beatles are even mentioned in that.
No, I don't believe so. The other pop culture references I've got some feelings about, but we'll get to that later. Yeah. So the Internet Movie Database log line for this movie is Peter, infatuated with neighbor Erica, who sees him just as a friend, camps out on her lawn all summer, hoping his persistence will win her heart.
It's basically inceldom on steroids.
Mm-hmm. This was written and directed by Michael Davis. Mr. Davis is known for the movie 100 Girls. Also, the movie Shoot 'Em Up with Clive Owen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also directed a movie called Nixed, which was like an animated film about Richard Nixon.
Oh, interesting.
He also he directed a movie called 100 Girls, and then he directed a movie called 100 Women, which I'm assuming is the sequel to 100 Girls.
Oh.
It looks like the same guy in both of them. Maybe I'm wrong.
You probably are. Oh, I'm kidding.
Let's see here. Jonathan Tucker. Oh, maybe it's a different guy.
Say, like, this movie
it's a different guy. He looked similar though. But anyways,
can I just say how fucked up it is? This movie literally came out 31 years ago.
yeah.
Like,
No, not 31, 29.
29.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I also want to mention that
97.
yeah,
right?
that wouldn't be 31. Yeah,
No?
that'd be no,
Oh.
because it's
Yeah, you're right. I'm counting backwards, not forwards. I'm really sucking at math. 29, but still 29 years ago
yeah.
when this movie came out. And I remember watching it in 2000. Go ahead, sorry.
I was just going to also mention that he directed 2 episodes of The Amazing Live Sea Monkeys, which I just want to point out. If you look at the design for the sea monkeys in that, they look almost identical to Corny.
So we got the corny verses somehow might be in here. The CSU. All right.
Yeah, I will.
CCU. Corny Cinematic Universe.
Later, I will send you a picture of the Amazing Life Sea Monkeys, and you'll see that they look exactly like him. Almost. Yeah,
I love me some corny, man. Capricorn alien.
I need
Best
to find
alien ever.
I need to find an episode of the Amazing Live Sea Monkeys now,
And we can review it.
So if you'd like us to do that, go to our Patreon and let us know.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I've mentioned yet that we have a Patreon.
We have a Patreon, and we would really appreciate it if you were to donate.
Yeah.
Even like a little bit, like $1 a month.
And
Is that really a lot of money? I mean, like a month?
No.
Like,
no. I mean, that's less than a coffee.
a month.
Yeah.
We're not asking for the world here.
Like, you used to say in those old ads, like, less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you can help feed these starving children.
And then, like, none of the charity actually goes to
probably not
children, and it's actually goes to the organization.
If you take that $1, you can feed us starving children. Being, we both have parents, so we're children,
and we're starving.
Even though we're like middle-aged men, but we have children. We are children. Yes,
and we do eat food occasionally. And
yes,
whatever.
So do that. And, maybe if you do, we'll review The Amazing Live Sea Monkeys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, Michael Davis wrote and directed this movie. This movie stars Joshua Schaefer as Peter, Keri Russell as Erica, R.D. Robb, who people may know as Schwartz from A Christmas Story, as Matt, his Peter's best friend.
Best friend, yeah.
Yeah. Mark L. Taylor as Peter's father, Marsha Moran, as Peter's mother, Johnny Green as Nick, Butch Kartalian as No, Peter's grandpa, Catherine Hicks, best known from Seventh Heaven and Star Trek IV, among other things. I'm going to take her whole career just down to those 2 things.
Yeah.
As Mrs. Lewis. We have Patrick Thomas O'Brien, who people might know as Mr. Dewey from Saved by the Bell, as Erica's father. We have Darlene Carr as Erica's mother, Annie O'Dowell as Sadman's wife, Biff Menard as Sadman. We've got Ernestine Mercer as Crazy Lady, and others.
And others.
Yes.
Yep.
So, had you seen this movie before?
Yes. See, this is one of those movies where at the time that I saw it, I thought it was hilarious. like Cheats, for example. We reviewed that sometime
Mhm.
last year. And we watched it again. And I'm like, oh, this movie is actually quite terrible. I hate this. Like with Cheats. Cheats was better than this, I think. But
Yeah.
not by a whole lot, but it was better. It had better acting. The plot actually had a plot, whereas the whole plot of this movie is literally just him camping out in their front yard. That's it. So there's really, there's nothing outside of that actually happens in this movie. And somehow they made it into like an hour and a half long. I don't know. And so this movie is one of those movies. This one's actually way worse than Cheats now that I'm actually comparing it to. God, this is horrible. This is a terrible. This is actually one of the worst movies I've seen in my entire life. I know I say that a lot, but like I say that about our shitty movies with like no budget movies. We have like a D-list acting list. With that I can understand the movie being terrible. This movie was like an actual movie that was in the theaters and stuff like that. Like it had actors that were.
I will say just up front, as much as I hate this movie, it was made. And somebody put work into this. And with all due respect, you made a movie. Pat yourself on the back.
Made a movie. And the thing is, there's a lot of great actors. And you got Keri Russell playing Erica.
Yeah.
You got Catherine Hicks from Seventh Heaven. You got Marcia Shapiro. You got Buck Kartalian. What? And like you said, you're reading now. I'm reading the same one. You got Ernest, the crazy lady. Oh my God. I didn't realize how hot she was.
And by the way, this is Keri Russell a year before Felicity.
Wow.
So, yeah.
The quote-unquote crazy lady, I had no idea how gorgeous she was when she was young. I mean, God.
Yeah.
Ernestine Mercer?
Yeah, she was.
Wow. I'm not trying to be like a...
Her scene in this movie when he's... That was the best scene in the movie. Anyway.
It was. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's like these little scenes that aren't even supposed to be like the main scenes actually are...
And to be fair, a movie doesn't necessarily have to have a filled out plot. I mean, there are plenty of movies like Clerks, for example, has like a kind of plot, but it's actually just kind of like little events that happen throughout the movie. But it's 100 times better than this movie. So yeah,
there's still more stuff going on anyway.
Or something like Slacker, which is basically just little events.
Yeah.
Or Dazed and Confused, both Richard Linklater movies. But
right.
It's yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just don't like this movie. I had to watch this movie in 3 different shifts.
Yeah,
for an hour and a half. Not even like an 85-minute movie. Yeah,
I want to point out something interesting too. I think when this was being filmed, Catherine Hicks had started Seventh Heaven, so this was like not prior to it. So anyway,
hilarious that they have her in this movie playing a middle-aged divorcee or divorcee seducing or trying to seduce our main character Peter because she's excited by him because he's doing this grand gesture or whatever for Erica, so that like makes her like him because of what he's doing. Yeah, might add though how fucking weird that is though too. The fact that she thinks like a 18-year-old girl is like her competition when she's like a middle-aged woman, he's like, no, you don't get to my man before I do, type of thing. It's like, you're a middle-aged divorcee. Like, what? Like, go get yourself a man, not a boy, a man.
Yeah.
And not only that, is this town not have any laws? That's what there's a lot of logistics I need to get into. This. Is there a law? Yeah, we'll get into it.
So my reaction to this movie, I had never heard of this movie before. I had never seen it before.
Wow, that's the first. I actually beat you to...
Yeah. I may have seen it like maybe when I used to work at Blockbuster Video or something and just never rented it because I don't know,
Terrible. You could tell it's terrible.
But this was definitely a movie. But beyond that, our main character is one of the most unlikable protagonists in a movie ever.
Almost every character in this movie is unlikable, except for Erica.
But specifically, you're supposed to care about your protagonist, and even Erica's not that likable in some instances.
In some ways, but she's more likable than Peter is, and Matt, which of course I shared a name with this fucking degenerate best friend of his.
That's okay.
We'll get into that.
You also share a name with Matt Walsh, so it's okay.
Oh God. Oh. Well, also Matt LeBlanc. I guess that's okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Matthew Lillard. No, not Matthew Lillard. Isn't he kind of a jerk now? Or
no, he's good. He's okay.
He's good. Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, but there's plenty of good Matts.
Good Matts.
Yeah,
good.
There's that one guy.
The guy.
His name's Matt.
Matthew McConaughey. Nah, he's kind of iffy.
He's okay.
Is he okay? Okay.
I mean, I'm sure any Matt has something bad about them.
I mean, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm like a fucking weird person, shitty person sometimes. I don't know.
Nobody's perfect.
That's true. Especially
nobody's perfect, man. Nobody's perfect. And
nobody's perfect. I like that. Yes.
Yeah. So our film here, like I said, my main reaction to this whole movie is I hated the lead character.
Yeah, me too. I could not stand him.
He's a stalker.
Is he a stalker though? Because he's just camping out constantly in her. I mean, there's got to be another word for him. Because he's always there.
He's a stationary stalker.
There you go. He's a station. That's a good name. I'm gonna write that down. Stationary stalker.
Yeah.
There you go. Stationary.
There's like a little line between a peeping Tom and I don't know what it is, but it's something because he's like not, he doesn't follow her when she goes to, hang out with her boyfriend or anything, but he's always there. It's like, I
guess you could say it's like a form of harassment.
He's kind of like a squatter stalker sort of thing too.
I'm gonna write that one down too. All right.
Yeah.
These are going to be song titles, by the way, later on. Stationary stalker, squatter stalker. That's a good one too. Yeah, but it's just like I was always waiting for him to have to be when the movie was shipped to someone else, another character, because that was like I got a break from this guy almost. Like, oh God, this fucking guy, he's gonna. I just don't understand. I mean, I understand the premise. I get it's 1997, whatever, but man.
This is definitely a mid to late 90s film.
Oh, it is.
Because
I saw it in 2001. That's when I thought it came out. I had no idea it came out in 2007.
I'm sure it was kind of trying to be like the next American Pie or something, but you don't have enough characters for that to happen. You don't have. Yeah. I mean, American Pie has tons of problematic aspects to it. The
movie also had some of the most contrived, quote unquote, best friend conflict scenes I've ever seen. Almost reminds me, remember that episode of Community when Abed's trying to make a checklist of all the experiences you're supposed to have in the first year of college or whatever. Yeah. And one of them is literally about him basically getting into a fake argument with Troy so that he can check it almost he says I thought you're my friend and friends are supposed to have each other's back or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you're right. And he's like, check. I mean, that's what it felt like when they had a big argument.
They say good drama is conflict, but this movie starts out with a conflict that just goes until the end when it just stops for no logical reason that makes you want to think it'll stop. So, I mean, the basic idea is it follows Peter as, they just graduated from high school and, he's obsessed with Erica, and they have the scene at the beginning where she's randomly running through a sprinkler with children, not wearing a bra,
of course,
and a almost see-through shirt. It's like,
duh, it's the 90s.
What the fuck? And it's like this whole I don't know. It's like I think it's been a long time since I've seen it, but there's I think the first time you see Lolita in the I think it's 1997 release of Lolita.
Oh my God.
You have the scene. I think there's a sprinkler going off and she's sitting there reading a book while a sprinkler's going off.
And they decided to go and do the same fucking thing.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's similar.
Playing with the.
These could have been made at the same time and they don't know, it's like parallel thinking, but it's
true.
It's just, but what I'm saying is it's in Lolita, it was even worse. I think she was reading a book and the book is probably getting wet. But anyways,
what?
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in 20 years, or not 20 years, but but whatever, probably 20 years actually. But but it's just so weird. And so, Peter and her have been friends since they were kids. Have
they? Because this movie jumps around a lot. I think they filmed some of it beforehand and early, and then they forgot. So we'll say that, but then I'll get into that later on because there's a lot of contradictions in this movie.
They had a flashback to when they were kids.
I know, but then later on he said something. I'll get into it because I wrote it down.
Okay, but anyways, he his dad, his grandpa, who's like a creep in my opinion. Anyway, so recounts it's like one of those things, like it's the cute like story that your grandparents tell you about, like, well, I asked grandma out every day, right, and she kept saying no, and then eventually she said, yeah,
that's so romantic, grandma. Yeah,
that's kind of creepy, grandpa.
I think you kind of committed the crime there.
None of my grandparents ever had that story, but I've heard people that have that story. I was gonna say, I don't know how my grandparents on my mom's side actually met, but my grandparents on my dad's side actually had like a romance. So it's not like
what's weird about it is that some of the women from that generation also defend that because they were taught too that was romantic, and so they internalized it. As well, like when they're like, well, what's wrong with that? That's how you're supposed to. A man's supposed to court a lady. It's like, is it like?
There's a thing to be said. Like if you say, like, you ask a girl out and she says no, you should respect that. But there are times where you start talking to her. She's like, oh, we're just friends, and you talk to her more, and then eventually you might start dating. I've had that happen to me in the past.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just, but I was never, I asked, but basically what ended up happening was in that situation was like, I asked her out. She said no at first, and then she asked me out later. And it wasn't like I ever asked her out again, so it was like, but it's, I've had fucked up ways of getting with people though, because I dated a stalker once. So anyway, so that's
it's like also timing's a factor as well, where it's like, maybe like a year down the road, maybe you'll ask them out again. Well, a lot can change in a year too. So it's not like you're like a crazy stalker because you asked someone out a year after they said no. Like if they're not dating someone, but if you're constantly doing it, like
in this situation, she clearly has a boyfriend.
It's very obvious. Yeah,
he's a jerk, but that doesn't mean that you have free range to just be a jerk too. And, in your own way, it's not like you're the same kind of jerk, but you're, it's the whole, like, nice guys finish last sort of thing, but it's not, but the thing is I've always looked at myself as a nice, empathetic guy, but there's a difference between being an empathetic guy and being an incel who just thinks that you deserve to be with a woman, when you're not a Chad or whatever they call them, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like,
are you really nice then? If that was like your own motivation,
and he comes off like you said before we started recording that he's like the original incel or something, but it's just like, it's very like that in a way, but it's like not totally, it's like an incel without the internet. But
yeah,
I don't know it, but anyways, his grandpa tells him a story about like their, a relative of theirs in the past who did this same thing where he waited outside the balcony of this woman day and night until she relented.
Yeah, I like that, relented.
Yeah, and I think relented is the best way to say that. It's like,
it's like
okay, I guess I'll go out with you, that sort of thing. It's like that's not how love works.
It does.
Yeah,
obviously, no.
That's the the same type of people that have this thing where they want a woman to relent to basically dating them eventually, is the same type of society that wants no fault, wants to get rid of, no fault divorce and make it where you have to basically stay married to somebody that might be beating you or something. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel about it.
I just don't understand why you would even want to be with someone who doesn't like you.
Yeah, I mean, someone that you basically, put into submission to the point where they felt like, oh, well, I guess I have to date this guy now.
Yeah.
But anyways, he's in Peter gets inspired by this, and he decides that he's going to do the same thing. And he waits out in front of her balcony for like, he wants to do it for like 3 months because they just graduated from high school before she like leaves town.
So it's the whole college. I got to do it before college, bro. Type of thing.
Because everything changes after that. It's not like you couldn't, when you guys both come back to town for Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, you can't like hang out.
Like ancient days, 1997, where they didn't have internet or email. Wait, no.
Yeah.
They did have those things in 1997. Oh, okay.
I was going to say, I was in college and I had an email address and, stuff back then.
It's just literally.
I had my GeoCities website in 1997. So
GeoCities, God, I love GeoCities. I've heard that they've actually brought that back, or like at least the formats of GeoCities. Like, I'll look into it later. I don't want to get too sidetracked to GeoCities, but like, actually, I think I'm going to make a GeoCities mashup page for my mashup.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's like a plug for my mashup channel. Not really. It's so, yeah, it's like he like you said, he does this stupid thing that his ancestor did, his great grandfather, whoever it was. His grandfather is kind of like putting him up to all this shit. I think he's like a bad influence, to be honest, on Peter.
Totally.
I mean, he's not like a jerk like Peter is, but like he's giving him like bad ideas. Like,
yeah. It's like, I mean, his dad's kind of an asshole, basically.
Oh, God, dad's totally.
But the thing is, his dad has a good point, though, still.
Well, yeah, but it's only because he doesn't want to be embarrassed. It's not because he.
I know. It's like, if his motivations were different, it might be better. But still, yeah.
He just doesn't want to be like, why is your son like just sleeping in someone's front yard all summer, type of thing? Because he's like a private practice dude, so he's got clients. He doesn't work at a regular job. So he doesn't want to lose clients, which I get that. But like, yeah, his grandfather's put him up to this shit. He like every time, his dad yells at him, he like forces himself to pee his pants.
Yeah.
It's weird and very strange.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care how much I want to get out of something or help my grandson get out of something. I'm not going to piss my pants. It's like, what the fuck?
And at one point, he was pretending that he was playing football or something like that. I remember outside. And he's like, your dad thinks he's playing baseball or whatever. But then, like, she, of course, does a stereotypical, he fakes a heart attack, but he actually had one and died type of mode. I'm like, they took every stereotype ever in these movies and just put them all into one movie.
And it's,
died from the heart attack.
So he's camped out there, and like Erica has like these ultra conservative Christian parents.
Yeah.
Who, when he's standing out there, I think it was interesting. They offered him cookies, and then they're like crucifix shaped cookies with Jesus on them.
Yeah, that was weird.
So my thing is like, is it okay to? I mean, I know when you get communion, you're eating the body of Christ, but is it okay to eat Christ on a cookie?
You're not eating a figurine of Christ when you take communion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different.
That's another free of charge name for a song is Christ on a cookie. But
there you go, Christ on a cookie. Or figurine Christ or something.
Christ on a cookie.
There you go.
I used to say as a thing when I would, when I would get mad or something, I'm like, oh, Christ on a cracker. But
yeah. Oh.
I remember saying that one time in front of my ex-girlfriend's brother, and he thought that was the most hilarious thing he had ever heard in his life.
Wow.
But so yeah, like he then starts, becoming all like Jimmy Stewart in Rear Window and watching the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, there's this whole thing where he's like, the people in the neighborhood are up to weird stuff, and
yeah,
he's like, I'm trying to figure out why they do what they do, bro. Like, do you think this one guy, he's like a spy or some shit? Like,
yeah. And like they literally do the basically kind of similar plot as Rear Window, where in that movie Jimmy Stewart is thinking that Raymond Burr's character has killed his wife and is, burying her in the yard and stuff. And they do a similar thing with this sad guy whose wife stops taking his cancer-ridden wife out for walks and stuff, and automatically jumps to the conclusion that he killed his wife or something.
Thick wife. And it's like, it has nothing to do with that. I like how they just like automatically jump to like he straight up murdered her. And like, He's like, he's got garbage bags. Okay. So, I mean, what? Because he has garbage bags, therefore that he cut his wife into people. That's a weird conclusion to jump to.
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last. Oh, sorry.
Whoa. And it's just like, again, like nobody in this movie is likable except for Erica, and even she's got moments where it's like, I don't know. And again, like the sad guy, him is probably, but like even he has his moments where he like scares them into like thinking he's gonna murder them, but they break into it or try to break into his house to see what's going on. Matt, his best friend, is a total piece of shit. This whole again, that's why I think that they filmed some of these scenes beforehand and then forgot to edit the film correctly or to like read for continuity, because like throughout this whole movie, Matt is constantly telling Peter what a waste of time this is. It's stupid. It's not gonna work. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Why don't you grow up and do what I do, where I just masturbate all the time? I don't need a woman. I just take care of myself.
See,
But then later on when they have the big conflict fight, he goes, "You've been out here all summer trying to get with Erica. Have I said anything to you about it?" It's like, yeah, literally every year scene you had said something like.
I don't know if they were saying that for comedy reasons or if it was like like ironic reasons or what. But still, the thing is you make the best friend like one of the most unlikable characters in the world. You've got two characters I don't give a shit about having conflict, and there's no build up to it. It's bad writing. I'm sorry.
It is bad writing, and plus too, the other thing I hate about Matt is that instead of saying ha ha, he says why would you do that? That just makes me want to twist it. At one point, he hurts his neck. I want to like hurt his neck even further, so he has a permanent injury to his neck. Why you go why? Why would you do that? That's the dumbest thing ever. Like you're a fucking moron. And by the way, he has to wear a neck brace because he gave himself fellatio and succeeded for like 2 seconds, and then he like broke his neck basically, or fucked up his neck from doing that.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh yeah, because Matt's a total degenerate. That's the other thing too. Like he's like, my guy here, my dude here is ordering himself sex toys, which whatever. It is what it is. In 1997, no, and the stuff he's ordering seems pretty advanced technology for 1997. And I'm like, I don't think it's going to go very well. But he does not want it sent to his house because he's worried his parents are going to check his mail, which is another weird thing. Why would your parents shouldn't be checking your mail for anyway? That's your mail. Technically, it's illegal to open someone else's mail. Even if the person lives with you, technically they're not technically allowed to open your mail, but like no one's going to do it.
It's like when I was a teenager or a young adult, I was living with my parents, and I had gotten a free book from Maxim magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I was so afraid that my parents were going to find it in the mail, but it was just sent in a brown unmarked box, and it wasn't even like a like dirty book. It was just like one of these stupid like books that I would never want now, but it was free, so I got it.
Yeah.
Even after I read it, I thought it was stupid. It was like these, like basically like a pickup book, like
one of those
stupid like things that were big in the 90s or 2000s or something, and it was just so stupid.
Right.
But I never cared that it was coming to my house. I was like, if I find it, I've got a book coming, whatever, fuck it,
It's like, who cares? It's my mail. But yes, he wants to get sent to Peter's address. So what if Peter's parents open his mail and see what the hell's going on? That's okay. That's okay for your friend to be humiliated by his dad, who already literally changed the locks on him. That's the other thing too. He changed the locks to the house and then held a yard sale selling all of Peter's stuff. What person does that? That's like abuse right there. Like that's emotional and like financial abuse. And not only that though, he was, to make it even worse, he was selling some items way below what they were actually worth just to piss off Peter even more. Like that's
he had like an expensive baseball card that he was selling for like a quarter or something.
$2, and he sold it for like a quarter. I mean, come on. Yeah. And it's like, ha ha ha, Peter. Like I want to murder you. That's what I want to do to you. But then later on, he gets kicked out of the house because he got his wife like a bush trimmer or yard trimmer for anniversary. I don't know what it was. Some kind of tool. And she didn't like that. And so she locked him out of the house. And then she had the locks changed on him. And so then he goes, joins Peter, acting like, he wasn't just like a complete asshole to him the entire movie. He's like, "Can I join you?" It's like, dude.
Yeah, the character development in this movie is like out of nowhere. Like it doesn't really make sense. There's no gradual. I know it's a comedy. It's like a broad comedy, but it's not like it wasn't done in a funny way either. But it's not. There's no realistic reasoning for somebody to have like the revelations that they have in this movie.
Yeah,
especially Erica. So also so they have this thing where Erica, he and Erica are talking throughout the movie because we're not going to go like beat by beat. No. But like they're having these weird conversations, and so this is 1997.
Yeah,
they're having conversations about who's the better Bond,
right? What?
James, or Sean Connery or Roger Moore, and the thing is there had already been other Bonds since then. Not that that matters because people would always argue those two for some reason. But
right,
that's like references to the 60s through 80s. The writer of this film was born in the early 60s. And then they also like mention things like, I think like I Dream of Jeannie or some other shit.
Yeah.
All the references are to things in like the 60s. I know I was a really odd kid when I was in high school, and I know like the 90s are a little different than now. And even now people sometimes will be fans of things that from the past. I was always that way because I grew up on like cable TV, but never to the point where my normal references were to things like I Dream of Jeannie or James Bond movies from the 60s.
Right.
When I was 18, it's like weird. I mean, none of their pop culture references were to the 90s.
No.
It's just weird to me. Like, why aren't you talking about like, I don't know, Tarantino would come out with like Pulp Fiction shortly before this. Why don't we talk about
writers were inserting their own cultural their own cultural references into the movie about, which again shows you another bad writing or bad whatever, because you're not doing it justice. I mean, doing it justice, man. I'm not sure if anything could do justice to this movie except for just burning all the copies and just making everyone pretend that it doesn't exist anymore. I mean, God, like there's just so many parts that I just wanted to strangle Peter to the ground and just leave him there for dead, basically, because I get So let's talk about really quick about Erica's boyfriend. Okay, so the movie, clearly he's a jerk. He's supposed to be the jerk boyfriend, who gets all the girls, type of thing.
Yeah. But
he does have a girlfriend that he, quote, earned or whatever, however you want to phrase it. It's his girlfriend. He's her boyfriend. And so where does Peter get off in just deciding on his own that relationship is null and void? Like he's the arbiter of someone else's lives and relationships. And so I would be kind of pissed off too, even if I wasn't a jerk, even if I, was a relatively empathetic dude or whatever. If I got a girlfriend, am I going to be happy that there's some other guy constantly camped out in her front yard?
Yeah.
Every time we come over, he's just like bugging us. Like, it's like what?
Well, it's like I've been pretty good friends with females most of my life from time to time, and like especially like in high school and stuff like that. And there'd be times that like the females were like hanging out with me a lot, and then their boyfriends would be like, "Why are you always hanging out with Mike?" And then I became friends with the boyfriends, and then they'd realize, wait, Mike's just, the friend. He's like the like gay straight friend.
The gay
he's a straight guy. He's a straight guy who's like a gay best friend.
Yeah, there you go. He's the gay straight best friend, or the great. He's a great friend because
but something like that.
Something like that.
It's so weird.
This guy's not. Peter's not at all acting like that at all. He's annoying. He's self-righteous. He's pretentious. He thinks he's smarter than he is. He dresses like a nerd, but he's probably not actually that smart. and he's scrawny, but like not in a cool way. Like he's just scrawny for the sake of being scrawny. I think Peter's one of these guys who intentionally doesn't work out because he doesn't want to look like the jerk. I'm like, so you're just saying you want to have weak muscles? Yeah. Okay, that's weird to want to be weak.
But regardless of anything, like Peter could look like, I don't know, like I don't know,
some dude,
like Brad Pitt at his peak or something. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that it's cool that he's just standing outside this girl's window all the time. And it's
talk about all the friends. Sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
I was gonna say, but finish your thoughts. I was gonna say something else really afterwards.
That was basically all my thought.
I was gonna say, can we talk about the numerous, and I mean numerous, incidences of sexual assault in this movie? Because there's quite many. Yes.
Yes. So let's talk about that.
So finally, Peter's starting to get some headway. Quite literally, you'll find out. And when Erica starts asking him if he can help her escape from the window, because her dad now has boarded up the entire house, I guess. He's literally keeping his daughter a prisoner. So Christian conservative, keeping his daughter prisoner because of her sexuality. So we got that going on.
Yeah.
But it's funny, guys, because they're quirky Christian conservatives. They mean well when they imprison their daughter because she has sex with a boyfriend consensually. Okay. Anyway, so Peter's like, sure. And so she fell on him, and then accidentally, she didn't do it on purpose or anything like that. He's literally looking up her skirt because he had the opportunity to do so. It's like,
I mean, I will give it this, that it's at least not like somebody wearing a mask basically raping somebody in Revenge of the Nerds.
No, not even anywhere near that. No, I think that's probably nothing's gonna top that. I don't think, but no, it's like because like it's like a freebie.
And I met that actor, rest in peace. But anyways,
it's like his logic is it's a freebie. She landed on top of me. It's like, okay, I can understand that, but at the same time, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. Like it's like, but like, so if that wasn't just a one-off. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't realize it." And my eyes wandered because she's an attractive woman, and I'm a young man. It just happened because my hormones, whatever. Fine, no matter. It is what it is. You didn't ask for it. You didn't make it happen. It just happened. But then every other time, he intentionally makes it so that she falls on him in weird ways, sexual position ways.
Well, I mean, we start out the movie with him and his grandpa sitting on their stoop.
Right. Yeah.
Like, watching her go through the sprinkler system and getting boners.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, if the old guy, he could still get it up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, and exactly. She's getting her, it's like a wet t-shirt concert.
Yeah.
Peter literally is like making his hands out like he's about to grab her breast, like he's having some kind of intimacy. And then like she ends up like spraying him with hose or whatever. So a few points about all that. So he does say in the beginning, we've been friends since we were 5 years old. But then later on, he makes a remark suggesting that like they really weren't like they just knew each other, but they weren't like actually like friends. Like they didn't like hang out all the time, but they were friends because like they just happened to like know each other. Like they weren't like. But then it's like, you made it sound like. I mean, he made it sound like in the movie that they were like the best of friends. And this is like the whole thing of like, I want her to be my girlfriend, not just my friend, blah, blah, blah. But it's more like, this is my friendly neighbor who I'm sort of been friends with, but it's only because we're physically proximity to each other. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have even been that kind of friends. So really, it was just fate that brought us into being friends, but I'm in love with her.
They're like acquaintances. They're not like Joey Potter and Dawson Leary.
Beginning, he was making it sound like that. And then later on, so I'm always starting to wonder if they recorded bits of this movie early before they even had an idea of what they even wanted to do with it. And then they're like, oh shit, we don't have any time to edit this. I guess we'll just throw it in because nobody's going to watch this piece of shit anyway. And that they were accurate in saying so because it has a 20% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and somehow a 5.5 on IMDb. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know how it got that, but I guess it's a lot of IMDb'ers who like shitty movies.
That's out of 10 though, so yeah.
I know, but I was expecting like 3 or something like that.
I know. Yeah,
I
like
mean,
I'm looking at some of the reviews on IMDb right now, and like there's like 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10. One that doesn't have a rating, but it says a little gem.
little gem. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's funny. This one person gave it a 6 out of 10, but their headline is a boring love endurance story. But you gave it 6 out of 10.
Why would you give it 6 out? Maybe you know someone who's in the movie. I don't know.
Yeah.
By the way, the guy who plays Matt is also the guy who played Schwartz.
Yeah. Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. I was also reading through the list while you were talking. I probably missed that. But yeah, so that's quite a character jump from that to this fucking boy degenerate piece of shit who, I mean, like, I agree with them that, like, it would be kind of stupid to support Peter in his dumb plan. But, like, he was basically, like, making fun of him, like, for it. Like, I'm like, is this how you're supposed to treat a friend? Like,
and my thing with it is, like, you don't even feel like, I don't know why they're friends.
That's what I'm saying. They have nothing in common. That's it. There's no chemistry. That's it. There's no chemistry between any of the characters other than the shitty boyfriend and Erica actually look and act like an actual couple in the movie. Because
I know comparing it to a TV show like I did just now, but like with Dawson's Creek, Joey and Dawson were friends their whole life, so you understand the like will they won't they sort of thing with those two. Pacey and Dawson have been best friends since they were little kids, so you understand that thing. Or like if you go to you understand they have good chemistry together, they're good friends. Or if you watch something like Boy Meets World, you understand why Sean and Corey are friends. You understand that sort of thing. Or like even you understand why the group of guys in American Pie were friends. Yeah. These two just don't make any sense being friends, and I don't see. He doesn't seem to like even know anything about Erica except for she's hot.
It's literally, and that they're sort of friends.
Yeah.
So there's no stakes. There's stakes, but there's no reason to have set stakes. And I don't mean the food, although he does treat her like a piece of meat, so I guess that's half. But I mean, yeah, she was hot, whatever, fine. But like, but man, like the objectification of her. I also like. There's like whole scenes where they're just literally like watching her sunbathing with like barely anything on, and the scene goes on for like 3 straight minutes of just showing her body. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like, you need to make the scene that long, like, and talking about the size of her breasts and what that means for her personality.
It's like somebody took the Anthony Michael Hall character from 16 Candles and just decided, hey, let's take that character and make him the lead in the movie, where he's just basically obsessed with the girl and she's not interested at all in him.
Yeah.
That's what they did. And but then, I mean, if you want to talk, do you mind if we talk about the end of the movie?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
basically we have this random conflict aspect with Matt and Peter. And Matt's like, we're gonna go hang out with these people at this party or whatever. You've been here all summer. Come on, this is the last time we're gonna be able to hang out as bros or whatever the fuck. Yeah. And it's like, then he decides, well, this hasn't been working, so I'm just gonna go to the party. And then that's what basically she ends up looking outside and he's not there.
Oh, you get it the one time he wasn't there. Yeah. And so
that basically makes her then all of a sudden give a shit about him.
So again, it plays right into the whole like, oh, girls only like it if you don't pay attention to them.
Yeah.
But if you do pay attention to them, then they ignore you, bro. But even that though, he was like, he went full incel. I was like afraid he was gonna get like a gun from his house and like shoot her or something today. He's like, screw Erica. If she hasn't love me now, then it's like, whoa, okay, that got dark real quick. I'd be
in favor of that, but it would be a better ending than what we got.
I know the ending, he just gets what he wants and screws her. Yay, okay,
After being underneath the window earlier and basically hearing her screw her boyfriend.
That's the other weird shit. What the fuck, dude? And then like, oh yeah, also too, because her boyfriend's a jerk, which again, sure, but he's only picking on Peter because he is camping out in her front yard all summer long.
Yeah.
He's not going over to Peter's house and making fun of him. He's not harassing him on the street and he's doing it because Peter is constantly up in his business all the time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like,
and then they try to make this running joke about the fact that the dude does this thing where he makes a noise, he goes,
oh gosh,
that sort of thing, and then spits or whatever. Which I hate when people do that, but
I do hate that too.
But that was such a bad, I don't know, it just didn't.
It was a stupid joke, and then they think it's funny, oh, he's a jerk, he gets whatever bad happens to him. Okay, so this is what happens to him. So they try to break into the sad guy's house because they think that he murdered his wife, because earlier on he was talking to someone else and she was saying, don't do it. So they thought she was telling him not to kill his wife, which again, why would he just randomly confide in a neighbor that he was going to murder his wife? What? That's weird. And then she didn't call the cops on him after him telling her that. Okay. We had a discussion. He seemed like he's not going to, so I decided I wasn't going to call the cops. What? Okay, that's weird. It's that's totally negligent behavior, but fine. And so all of them go, Peter, Erica, Matt, what's her boyfriend's name? Got Joey, what's his name?
I don't know. I don't remember. He was Nick. Nick.
So they all go over there, try to break into this guy's house. They're committing another crime. They're breaking and entering into someone's house to try to investigate a supposed crime that they think may have happened, but they have no actual evidence that a crime has been committed. They're just going on what they think is happening because why not? And so Nick joins them because he doesn't want to seem like he's scared, because Erica had the boys double dare to each other so they could fight which one's the most brave to be with her. So Erica's not great now either. Now Erica's doing some very manipulative stuff going on with her part of the story or whatever. And so the dude, sad man, he comes behind him. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's acting like he's gonna kill them because he's just playing along with their idea of what they think he is. And so Nick runs away because he's super afraid. He thinks that they're gonna kill him. He gets hit by a car by one of the neighbors who is always paranoid, he always thinks he's being watched or whatever. And then later on, he's writhing in pain, which that's funny. The guy got hit by a car and he's got sustained a really bad injury. He's probably in the most pain he's ever felt in his life. Let's laugh at him. That's so funny. It's wacky, right? And then we find out later on that he lost his football scholarship. He can't go to college now. He deserves to sustain a lifelong injury that prevented him from going to college because he spits near proximity of Peter. What? Yeah. Peter's the worst person in the world.
And so at the end they get together.
Yeah, of course, because they have to do that,
But after the party,
he earned his turn with her pussy. That's just how it works, right?
Yeah,
so he earned it.
But after the other thing too is after the party, Matt ends up sleeping with the divorcee.
I forgot about, she literally tried to seduce him on Erica's front lawn. That's the other thing.
Yeah, she tried to seduce Peter, and then basically later he's like, "Well, you can't have me, but hey, why don't you take my friend Matt?"
And then she's like, okay. So you're that horned up as you're a middle-aged divorcee who owns a house. Obviously, you've got some kind of money coming in that you could pay for a house. You're relatively attractive. You work out a lot, so you obviously take care of your body and your mind. You can't go and find a adult. I mean, technically, I guess they're adult, but you can't find a man that's close to your age that has perhaps similar life experiences.
You can't find some dude in his 30s or whatever, or 40s, and I don't know how old she is. But
well, she's probably in her 40s during in the movie at least. Her character is probably around in her 40s. And it's but not only that, that's why I'm asking if this town has any laws or any police force, because I'm pretty sure in any society, sex in public is probably illegal. I would say so. I think in even the most liberal,
Yeah.
towns and cities. I'm pretty sure having sex on a front lawn probably illegal. Probably. Just
she would have been like Catherine Hicks was born in 51. So yeah, she would have been like
she would have been like in her 40s, 40, 46, 45, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. So again, Peter is probably only 18. Hopefully he's an adult.
Yeah, because some people graduate high school at 17.
That's what I'm saying. On my niece, for example, they don't turn 18 until July. So they graduate. But like presumably we'll be fair we'll be fair to the movie, which doesn't deserve any fairness. We'll be fair to it that she did have sex with a legal adult. So that's her saintly deed, I guess, in that movie. She seduced a legal adult. That's what counts for sainthood these days, I guess. And then also she screwed Matt, who, mind you, has a neck brace because he attempted and succeeded, if only momentarily, self-fellatio. And he sustained a pretty bad neck injury. But he thinks, and then he immediately tries masturbating again. He can't do it because of his toy electrocuted him. My dude, what are we doing here? Like, you can't. He's like, I can't get it up. I'm like, yeah, because you shocked your penis with electricity. What the fuck do you think was going to happen? Like, it's like, I don't know. I tried this morning. It's like, yeah, that was like 10 hours after the injury. What? And Peter's like, yeah, why don't you just leave it alone for a few days? It'll be fine. He's like, no. And then when he goes into her house, he takes off his neck brace. So that's bad right there, which means his neck's going to really get fucked up now because he hasn't kept it on. So his bones are going to fuse incorrectly. He's probably going to have a lifelong neck injury. I guess it was worth it. Was it worth it? Was it worth having sex with a middle-aged divorcee? And now for the next 50 years, you can have a fucked up neck.
So
I guess it's so cool. What's that?
So do you think they should make a sequel? Nah.
Yeah, absolutely. They should make a sequel called Matt's Neck Injury. Like Matt's MRI. He's constantly going in for MRIs.
It's just they're all in like nursing homes like later in life, and the poor Nick, who got hit by a car and shit.
He's like drinking because he lost the football.
Yeah.
He wasn't like very. That's the other thing too. I forgot to mention. So no boundaries all around. I'm starting to understand why Peter is the way he is. So Peter's dad's acting all high and mighty and self-righteous and shit like that about how bad Peter is. That his love gesture is too public and it's embarrassing him. This guy, after he gets locked out of his house for giving his wife a bad anniversary, he's hanging out in the lawn with Peter, and they both, and I do mean both, as in together at the same time, reading a book called The Joy of Sex. And at one
sexuality, because I think they needed to, because there is actually a book called The Joy of Sex.
You're right. Sorry. The Joy of Sexuality. And at one point, Peter even just bluntly asked if he tried a certain position on. Did you ever try that on Mom? What?
You could never pay me.
What?
You could never pay me to ask either one of my parents about their sex life.
No. What? And he's like, no. He's like, what about this one? He keeps it up. I'm like, okay, already the one word, you shouldn't even ask the first question for one thing. Now you're going in for seconds and thirds? What? Peter, what's going on? He's like, no. He's like, no wonder why Mom hates you. You got to do what you need to do. I'm like, you're telling your dad to bang your mom? Oh, and you're telling him, like, you're like offering him advice on what positions to use? Like, oh my God. Like, oh. Yeah.
Therapy is needed. Definitely.
Therapy is needed for the whole family around. I'm like you're sitting there like, so it's like you're offering him advice on the position, which means if you're going to be thinking about it, which he obviously is, if he's going to be asking questions, he obviously is thinking about his dad's completely railing his mom, which is really fucking weird. He's probably imagining the exact position. It's like, whoa, like, I understand why you're fucking weird, dude. You're on this woman's lawn. Like, you got to bet. Is Matt the degenerate or is Peter the degenerate? What if Matt's degeneracy came from Peter and Peter was the one that got Matt into the degeneracy, but then he's acting all high and mighty like he's just like the normal one? You know what I mean? Maybe he's like the master manipulator.
Yeah, it's possible. There's one thing I liked about this movie.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
They used a couple Dishwalla songs in the soundtrack.
That's true.
Yes.
And I do like the grandpa character.
I was a big fan of the CD that those songs came off of. So yeah.
I do like the grandpa character, even though he was a little bit weird. I do like him a little bit. But yeah, so after he riles up his dad to bang his mom, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Mr. Caveman dad here literally breaks the fucking glass window door to like basically like take his wife.
Yeah.
What is going on in this neighborhood?
I don't know. What? So I have one review here that I wanted to read from. This is like, okay, so this film currently has a 20% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. So,
not good.
Emmanuel Levy wrote a highlight of the 1997 Slam Dance Film Fest. This raunchy romantic comedy has a nice premise. A Romeo who won't take no for an answer. Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
But no narrative or plot to speak of.
Nope.
Though the two leads are charming and Keri Russell shows potential to become a star. He gave it a C.
I mean, yeah, she was okay because, she went off the...
I mean, he was right. I mean, she did become a great star. Yeah. But it's just so fucking...
It's just bad. It's like,
the sentence, a Romeo who won't take no for an answer, just
listen to that.
Yes.
Do you ever listen to themselves? Like, I always start to wonder, like, if they like act with malicious intent with some of these movies, or if they just genuinely don't read what they wrote or actually listen to what they said and like not, make it weird. Like, remember those movies we were reviewing, I think it was like a couple of years ago, where it was like clearly an underage character and like they were like basically like talking about like them like dating an adult or some shit. Like, they were just it was Blank Check. Yeah, there we go. Blank Check. A fucking 10-year-old.
Then there was like Sleepover that we covered once.
Sleepover was a little bit different, but that was because the teacher didn't notice. Please, guys, I had to take a break for a second. Please, guys, Sleepover is my favorite episode that we've ever recorded. I was half drunk when I was recording it, so I was extra weird. It's about 2 hours long, but it's worth it. It has like 5 fucking views on YouTube. It pisses me off. I felt like I was on my top game. I don't think I've topped it. That was like 5 years ago. I don't think anything we've done since then tops, at least from my end. And it's got like a whopping, but yeah, we got videos that like have like 1 million views, and like I didn't even care about that episode at all. I just didn't. Like, I was just doing it. I was trying my best, obviously.
I do not remember recording our most listened to episodes, so I don't.
That's what I'm saying. We recorded American Pie Girls Rule in like 2022, probably 2021. I don't remember exactly.
I don't even remember the movie. I don't. I'm sorry.
It was so stupid. It was not a good movie. It was your typical shitty American Pie straight to Netflix. Let's see, Girls 2020. So we recorded this all the way back in 2020. Shit.
Maybe. Yeah, but
or maybe we recorded it afterwards. Probably. I don't remember doing this in 2020.
Anywho, anything else you want to say about this movie?
No, I'm just going to keep circling the wagons and just keep repeat myself about how
because I'm done talking about it.
It's bullshit. It's like why would we waste our time with this? Like,
on a scale of would I rather watch a Larry the Cable Guy movie, or get a root canal?
Oh God, I would rather get a root canal while watching
a Larry the Cable Guy movie than watching this again. Yes,
I would rather get a root canal and a crown same day from different while watching Tooth Fairy 2, pun intended, with Larry the Cable Guy in a foreign language but without any subtitles. And I have no idea. I can't follow along with the plot other than just watch what's going on the screen. And with shitty headphones, without all treble, no bass, without
any Novocaine.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I wouldn't go that far.
Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to go to our Patreon. Go to allstudios.com and join our Patreon.
Patreon.
Join it. Join it, or Sesame will stand outside your window for 3 months.
It's summer, guys. Just started.
You could do it. Yep.
I could get myself a tent,
Yep.
water bottles, some canned beans, some peanut butter, protein. I'm all good to go, man. Like,
yep. He'll do it until you join Patreon.
Or call the cops and then have me arrested for.
I'm thinking that'd happen first.
Probably.
But anyways, so folks, all2real2.com. You can check out our links to our Patreon, also to our TeePublic, where you can get some merchandise to help support the show. Follow us on all of our social media. Share the show with your friends. All that good stuff. Do it up. And just be different. Be yourself. Remember that. Trans lives are human lives. Mm-hmm. No human is illegal. Fuck ICE. Free Palestine. And remember that I love you. Mm-hmm. Peter's a fucking stationary stalker.
Stationary stalker.
Sesame loves you.
Mm-hmm.
And until next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All Too Real 2 podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
At ZocDoc, we know being a healthy adult is like living in a video game. Every day has side quests, taxes, laundry, birthdays, and just when you're leveling up, you have to book a doctor. The insurance portal crashes, they put you on hold, your doctor doesn't take your plan, game over. We see you, so we made booking a doctor easy. Download ZocDoc, search by specialty, insurance, and availability. Book instantly, no cheat codes required. Find a doctor you love with ZocDoc.